It is the most isolated, inaccessible environment on the planet. In fact, until very recently, humanity possessed more detailed topographical data about the surface of Mars than we did about the bedrock of the South Pole. When an entire continent is buried under an ice sheet 2 kilometers thick, it creates a massive geographical blind spot, and human psychology hates a vacuum. Because investigation is nearly impossible, that extreme isolation inherently breeds wild speculation. That deep freeze has turned the ice into a blank canvas for internet myths. You will find forums dedicated to the Wilkes Land gravity anomaly, rumors of a shape-shifting monster octopus known as Organism 46b, and supposed ancient pyramids buried in the snow, which are usually just volcanic shadows playing tricks on satellite imagery. But while the internet focuses on these anomalies, the world's superpowers are engaged in a different project. They are currently pouring billions of dollars into extreme weather logistics and heavily fortified research stations. While casual sleuths are busy scouring Google Earth for alien outposts, rival nations are aggressively mapping the actual bedrock. They are positioning themselves for a very terrestrial, high-stakes struggle over regional influence. This disconnect between public imagination and state investment defines the current era of polar exploration. As online forums speculate on the paranormal, nations are quietly hardening their presence for a resource race that is already being mapped. To understand what they are after, we have to look at what modern technology is uncovering. Using ice flow perturbation analysis, which measures tiny surface movements, scientists can essentially X-ray the entire ice sheet. Scans reveal a staggering hidden landscape featuring 138 volcanoes, the deepest canyons on Earth, and intricate subglacial rivers teeming with microbial life. Go back 34 million years, and this same topography supported a lush tropical rainforest before the entire continent violently froze over. It was a thriving ecosystem stalked by 6-foot-tall apex predators known as terror birds. Antarctica's hidden world is simply Earth's deep past preserved in a frozen time capsule. It shares the exact same tectonic history and the exact same geological forces that built the massive mineral wealth of South America and Africa. As the ice retreats, those geological forces are revealing their economic consequence. Estimates show up to 25 million metric tons of copper and rare earth metals locked in the rock, the exact materials required to power the global green energy transition. That brings us to the quiet aggression currently playing out on the ice. Under the legal guise of scientific research, Russian geological teams have been conducting extensive seismic mapping operations. This chart visualizes the results of those Russian surveys. It shows an estimated 511 billion barrels of oil locked within the Weddell Sea. Compare that to the proven oil reserves of Saudi Arabia, and the Antarctic deposit is nearly double the size. This concentration of energy and tech-critical minerals is the prize that matters. It is what drives global superpowers to test the limits of international law. This top-down map shows the current legal gridlock. 7 nations hold overlapping pizza-slice territorial claims, frozen in a diplomatic stalemate by the 1959 Antarctic Treaty. But the Madrid Protocol strictly prohibits commercial mineral extraction. In 2048, the mining ban becomes fully eligible for international review. With that deadline approaching, China is rapidly expanding its footprint. They are pouring heavy financial investments into the construction of new dual-use research bases, strategically placed directly inside the world's largest unclaimed territories. Meanwhile, Russia is testing the physical limits of the treaty itself. There are recorded instances of their personnel obstructing international inspectors, actively challenging the framework's core transparency mechanism to see exactly what they can get away with. While rival nations aggressively expand, the United States is currently executing a strategic retreat. Scientific funding has been slashed, and vital leases for dedicated Antarctic research vessels have been terminated. Antarctica is entering a phase where its legal status will be tested by the same resource demands that drive conflicts elsewhere. By 2048, the global community will have to decide if the continent remains a scientific preserve, or if it becomes a contested asset for whoever has the infrastructure to hold it.